Now that we are in social isolation, we may need to teach the children, so I thought I'd make some videos on how to do that remotely. We're going to start out with Quizlet, and then we're going to go to something called GimKit. And Quizlet's going to be your leaping off point. If you're not familiar with Quizlet, Quizlet is a application, an online application, where you can make flashcards to help your students. So if you needed to make one, you could just create a new one. So right here, if I do create, and I can start a new study set like um, social isolation or social distancing 101. And so now I can put a picture if I wanted to. You know, these are just things that you can do to make it a little bit more interesting. So down here, you would put down what the question is. Maybe you have enter term, maybe 4 to 5. And this is bottles of wine consumed. But it's all, I say this in jest, but it's really up to what you want to do. But there are others that are already created, and I figure, why work hard when you really have somebody else to help you? So if I'm doing the Civil War and I wanted to do Reconstruction on the Civil War, I can find it already. People have already written all of these. Look, I have 32 terms, government reconstruction. This looks great. Of course, I always recommend that you look through them. Make sure that they are actually doing what you want to do. So here I have reconstruction. After I've looked through it, it's Friedman. Look through, make sure they're all good. It comes with some pictures. That looks good. Make sure I get through all of them. So now what Quizlet does is it lets you take the data that someone else has put in and put it to another application. So if you wanted to just have your kids work on Quizlet, that's great. But if you wanted to make it more interactive, if you go here to the three little dots and you find that right underneath this line and you click it, it has export. So if I go to export, it's going to give me a whole bunch of gobbledygook, but really the important part that you want is this right here. So I'm just going to copy the text. Now I have this chunk of data and I can put the question and answers into any other application that accepts this form. This is called the CSV form. So I have chosen GimKit. GimKit is it's kind of like an alternative to Kahoot, but the kids like it. It's not, it's something refreshing, something new for them. So let me go to it. And here I had Christopher Columbus that I just made, but I can get a new kit too. The free version only allows you to have one kit. The paid version, you have to have more than one kit, but you can delete the kit and then get started again. So I'm going to call this Reconstruction English language. That's fine. And I'll just put next. I can, yeah, that sounds fine. And now I'm going to add a question. I'm going to put the questions in here. So add a question. You can put it manually, create with flashcards, continue with Kit Collab. This is where you have the kids ask, writing questions. There are good parts and bad parts to it. The good part is that the kids are asking the questions, which makes it a higher level thinking situation. But the bad thing is that while you're watching and you want the kids to participate, you have to read quickly, and sometimes it's happened to me that I've missed questions. So when you use Kit Collab, make sure that you have a way to validate the information. So here, create with flashcards, and remember that information that I copied, I'm going to use it now. So here is import flashcards. And now I just paste, Control V, and I create. And here I have all the information, the Ku Klux Klan. I can edit it and see what I have there. Make sure a person who rents a plot of land, and it gives you other choices too. What's really nice is that you can add a picture to it if you wanted to. So here I'm going to look up sharecropper, and maybe that's a good picture. But these questions will have a picture, and research says that if you add a picture to a term and its definition, kids learn it quicker. So here we have that. I'll save it. And now I can finish the kit. and I can play it. So when I play it, it now acts and feels a lot like Kahoot, and the kids sign in. There are different ways. You can have team mode. What's nice about this is they can go with different ways of playing it. It can be a time thing. That's what I usually do. You could do a race to $1 million. Maybe you want to make it $1,000 all in. All players try to earn as much as they can, but when the game ends, it's the total players who meets the cash goal. So time is usually what I want. You can have player names in. You can do whatever you want with that. You can have music, clapping at the end. The kids love clapping. Power ups. I like this one because it's only power ups that are clean. You can't hurt each other, and that makes everybody happy. So now I continue, and it's just like Kahoot. They enter the game, and what's nice about this is that when they get a question right, it's going to say, "Do you want to shop or do you want to continue to play?" With shopping, they can buy power ups, which gives them more money. The whole idea is that you play the game and you get more money and you learn the game, or if you learn the questions. Anyway, that's GimKit. If you have any questions about it, feel free to give me a call. And remember to tip your social isolation waitress.